What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another pregame sauce. Things look a little bit different. I'm in Champaign in the I Hotel getting ready before the game. So no backdrop, a little bit different look, but it's all good. Let me put my jacket on here. Uh, so big one tonight, man. One of the best games in college basketball this season, in my opinion. Iowa at Illinois. These two teams played two classic games last season. Not one, but two. And it's unfortunate that this is the only matchup between the two this season. So, and it's unfortunate that the fans won't be in attendance because when the game's at Carver Hawkeye, the Iowa fans are some of the best in the Big Ten. Same thing here at State Farm Center with the Illini fans. It would be rocking. These teams have gone against each other for over a century, these programs. And I loved how both coaches tried to downplay the sense of rivalry. And they should, because that's what coaches do. They want to stay locked in. They want to stay focused. But I don't care what Coach McCaffrey or Coach Underwood says. This is a rivalry. And there's a little nastiness to it. And that's what we like. It's not malicious. You're not going to see, guys taking cheap shots at each other. You will see them chirping. They'll be exchanging pleasantries, but it won't be malicious. And that's to me, that's one of the best signs of a tremendous rivalry. So I'm looking forward to it, man. 8 p.m. FS1. Let's take a look here. Key player for Iowa, in my opinion, Jordan Bohannon. Bohannon really struggled last game. Went 0 of 8 from 3 against Indiana in Iowa's loss. But before that, he had really been playing well. 5-game stretch where he's averaging 17 points a game before that Indiana game. And with both Illinois and Iowa, they haven't played in a week because of COVID protocols with opponents. So they're rested. They've been able to focus on some of the things that they want to shore up, and guys get individual time to, get extra shots up, work on whatever they want to work on. And so Jordan Bohannon, if anybody knows Jordan Bohannon in the Big Ten, he's going to respond. He'll come back with a strong game. So I think he will be the key player for Iowa. The key player for Illinois, I know people may be a little surprised by this, but Trent Frazier. Why do I say that? Because Trent Frazier is a senior, right? And when you have seniors and you're playing a rivalry game, this could be the last time that Illinois and Iowa hooks up when Trent Frazier is in an Illinois jersey. So typically, if you got a rivalry game and you're a senior, you've been in enough of these games to understand how big this is, how big this can be. And so I think Trent Frazier is going to step up and be the key player for Illinois tonight. The Iowa keys, keep the Illini out of transition. When Illinois is running, when they're getting up and down, they're one of the best teams in college basketball. They're glass. Especially when Andre Corbello is in the game, Ayo DeSumo can push it. Trent Frazier can push it. I've even seen Adam Miller initiate a little bit. He doesn't seem as comfortable as the other guys pushing tempo, but he can do it, just to initiate the break. So for Iowa, they've got to keep the Illini out of transition if they want to have success. For Illinois, they've got to keep the Hawkeyes off the free throw line. Here is a great stat that I want to share with you guys. Iowa, let me see here. Where is it? Iowa has made more free throws than their opponents have attempted. This is a hallmark of Fran McCaffrey teams. They love to get to the free throw line. So getting to the line is a big part of Iowa's offense. They don't have to get to the line on a consistent basis, but as you can see, if they've made more free throws than their opponents have attempted, they've really got this approach down. So the Illini can't get handsy, got to play ball with their feet, but Illinois has got to keep the Hawkeyes off the line, off the free throw line, if they want to have success tonight. Ooh, got a lot of questions over here. Rico Moad, make it rain in Champaign. What's good, Rico? Good to see you. Joe Frederick, fun game tonight. How you doing, my man? Good to see you. I'd say some things to you, but there could be some people listening, and I will hit you in a private situation, Joe. But I hope you're doing well. I hope CJ's doing well. Hope your family's doing well. Thanks for jumping on, my man. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Facebook. Yes, Pierre. So this is better. Got my pocket sleeve. I mean, if I had my regular setup, you can see the whole ensemble. But here, I'll show you. Got my little pocket sleeve. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I got to figure out what I can wear because you don't want to wear orange and blue when you're calling Illinois, Iowa. You also don't want to wear black and gold. So brown and blue, blue is the accent, brown is the main color. So I'm safe. All right. But I've made mistakes in the past where I wasn't really thinking. I'm rushing and I'm putting my clothes together. And it's like, ooh, Nebraska at Michigan State. And I got a red ensemble on, and Nebraska beat Michigan State at the Breslin Center. And, Tom Izzo and I go way back, but, he kind of made a note. He made fun of it, but I think he's a little bit serious. So I try to keep up on this. Captain Fletcher, what's good, man? Good to see you. JaVale Higgs Jr., how you doing, my man? Captain, thank you. I appreciate it. Joe, I'm going to have so much fun, man. I'm so geeked for this. I want to play, right? I talked to my man, Kendall Gill, a little bit earlier today, and, I had a 10-year pro career. Kendall had a 15-year NBA career, and we would give a body part to be able to go back in the locker room at Assembly Hall and get dressed and come out and play this game. I'm going to be sweating. I got a knee sleeve on for my bulky right knee. Joe, if I could get in, bro, I would play. Even if Iowa would let me get on the roster tonight, I just want to play in the game, man. That's how pumped up I am for this one. Yep, that's right, Don. Let's get going. FS1, Rico, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So in about an hour and a half or so, a little bit more than an hour and a half, FS1. Don't miss this, guys. I know we don't have happy hour. I know folks have opened up some places and whatnot, but man, even if you do go somewhere, try to get to a screen because you don't want to miss this one. This is going to be good, right? Let's see. Excited for tonight. Go Illini. Okay, where are my Hawkeye fans? I mean, I saw my man Joe Frederick and his nephew, CJ Frederick, is one of the studs on the Iowa team. But where are my Hawkeye fans? I know y'all out there putting that jacket on like Mr. Rogers. You know what, Jeff? I wish I had Mr. Rogers' money when he was still alive. Jeffrey Bork, good to see you, Jeffrey. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Nate Maurice, yes, Fox Sports 1 is the call. Best game of the year. Glad to have you on the call. Do your thing tonight. Thank you very much. I think it is the best game so far in the Big Ten, in my opinion. Yes, it is. Game is on FS1. Oh, I see now why you fly. You're doing a flying line. That's pretty good. Kyle Means, hey, Steve, looking forward to the game as well. Would love to talk to you before the end of the season. We will make that happen, Kyle. Hit me up, message me, and we'll get in. We'll get it in. Big key for Illinois is to defend the three-point shot. I agree with you, Jeffrey, because Iowa is a team that you can't cut off everything. They're too good. If you throw the kitchen sink at Garza, Wieskamp, Bohannon, Frederick, they'll kill you. They'll light you up from outside. So you got to pick your poison with Iowa Hawkeyes. And so, yeah, you need to defend a three, but you can't defend a three and, lessen on the emphasis on trying to slow down Garza, because Garza hit you for 40. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, even against Kofi Coburn, he's just so talented and he's so smart. That's the thing that people don't give Luka Garza credit for. The dude is smart. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Every team that you play has you as a number one target that they're game playing against. And he's still, let me get his numbers right, he's still averaging 27 a game in the Big Ten. Now, there's some argument between the Big Ten, the top of the Big Ten and the top of the Big 12, which is better. Well, you could argue either way. But let's just say the Big Ten Conference is one of the best, if not the best conference in the country. Some of the best collection of coaches in the country. I think that's safe to say. This dude is averaging 27 points. We're getting ready to get into February. And he's still doing it against some of the best coaches, some of the best game planning, and some of the best teams in college basketball. That's the one thing that I'm going to stress tonight is how smart Luka Garza is, right? Because he's not crazy athletic. You can slide a New York phone book under him when he jumps, barely, right? He's not going to win a sprint or anything, but the dude is smart, right? So if you lay off, he's going to bang you 3. If you come up on him, he'll pass, he'll rim run, he'll catch in the post, he'll throw it out. His teammates will let him repost. The dude is smart, man. So you can't get too caught up in guarding the 3. Roberto Garcia, will Illinois struggle having a whole week off? Maybe start slow, go Illinois. Roberto, that's a very good question. Here's the deal, though. Iowa's had about a week off as well. Illinois had 10 days. I believe Iowa's had 7. So both teams have had an extended period since they played their last game. So you may see some rustiness to start, but I would say that would be from both teams. But I have a feeling that we're not going to get a slow start. We're going to have a game in the 80s tonight, maybe the 90s, because both teams want to get up and down. Both teams are pretty good defensively. I would give the edge to Illinois a little bit in that department, but Iowa is a juggernaut. Number 1 offensive efficiency team, or I don't know if they're number 1. They're up there, though. One of the best offensive efficiency teams in all of college basketball. So I don't think they're going to struggle. Yeah, I know there's a week off. That's a great question, Roberto. Thank you for that. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. Hey, Meredith, how you doing? Thank you. Appreciate that. Lester McCarroll Jr., what's up? Suit up. Let's do it. My man, Frank Garza. What's going on, Frank? Looking good, SB. Whom are you rooting for? You know what? I'm rooting for the best game possible. Seriously. For those that don't know, I did so many Iowa games last year. I think I paid Iowa State taxes. I did like 8 or 9 games. And Frank will tell you, Frank is Luka Garza's father. Frank is a big reason why Luka is where he is today. Works with his son, pushes his son. They've got a great relationship. Frank has been a very successful businessman, and he has dedicated himself to supporting his son and his son's career. So Frank is at almost every game when fans were able to attend. So Frank, thanks for jumping on, man. I'm rooting for a good game. Seriously. I'm not rooting for Illinois. I'm not rooting for Iowa. I'm rooting for a great game. I want to freaking play, Frank. I almost cursed there. I want to play, right? So I ain't rooting for nobody. I'm just kind of, Kevin Kugler's going to have to give me a seatbelt because I'm geeked, man. To get these type of games for us are a privilege. They're not a right. I know I'm an analyst and I get assigned games, but this is a special game, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I've been pumping it on social media throughout the day, I've been talking about it a little bit, is because we don't have enough healthy rivalries in college basketball, right? And especially when we're not going to be able to get 17,000 in Assembly Hall tonight. We couldn't get, 13 to 15,000 in Carver Hawkeye if it was in Iowa. We can't do that. So we got to sell this. We got to sell the excitement. There's a lot going on in the world that can distract people from honing in on this particular game, but this is the best game in the Big Ten Conference, which is the best conference in the country so far. So this makes this game one of the best games in college basketball to this day. That's why I'm so excited. That's why I'm so happy to be on the call. If there were fans tonight, Assembly Hall would be rocking. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Would love to see you and Kendall play again. You can see Kendall play again because Kendall still thinks he deserves to be in the NBA. I'm smart enough to where I go do my slow jog and work out and try to stay fit, but I'm not hooping. So I'm just talking stuff. But I tell you what, when I get in the gym and it's warm and I can smell it and I can see the guys warming up, I would be ready to play if I was given the opportunity. Okay, Nate Maurice, the only team that's been able to do that there's 2 teams that have been able to do that. Gonzaga, which is the number 1 team in the country, and Indiana, the last game. And every team in college basketball is going to have 2 to 3 games where things just don't go right. And if you hope that when those games take place, you hope that not many of them are in conference play, because Indiana came in, was very impressive in their victory over Iowa. They were able to control Garza and slow down the 3-point shot, but it was just an off night for Bohannon and Wieskamp. I think Frederick went out early in the game with a lower leg situation. So they weren't full strength, and they just had an off night. So, but there's only been 2 teams in college basketball have been able to do that for Iowa against Iowa. So that's a tall task. And I know that every coach, if they had a chance, would love to do that, but it's very few teams that can do that. Okay, there we go. Mike Henry, one of Iowa's finest. Good to see you, Mike Henry. Thanks for jumping on, man. Yeah, I think. Oh, please, Iowa's going to be ready. Frank, Iowa's going to be ready. We don't. There's no motivation needs to be said. Iowa DeSumo last year talked about we don't like them. They don't like us. It's already out there, so they'll be ready. How many minutes can Kofi play tonight? If he's limited due to fouls early, can be an early disaster for Illinois. Iowa must keep their turnovers under 10 to slow Illinois transition game. Great point. Joe Stovall always comes strong. A tribe member with Bardo's breakdown community. I think Kofi's going to be fine because what Illinois will probably do, in my opinion, is double Garza early and often and try to keep him off balance, try to limit his ability to get in the post, dig in the post, draw contact, get and one opportunity. So, I think Kofi's going to be fine. He'll get a lot of help, and he knows how important his presence is in tonight's ball game because, if he doesn't play well, don't forget about Georgie Bashanis-Veely now. Georgie can hold his own in the post. He showed that in his freshman year. He would be up for the task. And so I think that Kofi will be fine. But I also think that, Georgie Bashanis-Veely, if Kofi gets in foul trouble, Georgia will be up for the task. Don't believe that. Iowa's done a great job of taking care of the basketball this season. They're one of the tops. If they're first in the nation in assist to turnover ratio are the Iowa Hawkeyes. So they don't have a problem turning over the basketball. And this is a veteran ball club. And you don't see the Hawkeyes. This is one of the really good things about them. They make the simple pass. They don't make the A to C pass. They make the A to B pass because they trust their teammates to make the B to C pass. Does that make sense? So I don't expect Iowa to have a lot of turnovers, and I don't expect Illinois to really get it up in them to try to force turnovers. So, but I think those are very good points as usual, Joe. Rodale Davis, what's going on? One of the Hawkeyes' finest. Good to see you, Coach. Thanks for joining, man. Okay, my Hawkeye fans are showing up. Bohannon will be key. Has struggled in the Iowa losses. Yeah, Mike, you've seen Bohannon play. He seems like he's been in the Big Ten for 12 years. I don't think he has 2 back-to-back. I don't think he has 2 bad games. The dude, I remember when my brother Craig joined me on an annual trip, and we were over in Iowa City, and Jordan was still injured, but he was out shooting before everybody else. And my brother was a shooter, played at Indiana, could shoot the leather off the rock. We went in there, and Jordan Bohannon took about 35 threes. He didn't miss one of them. He hit all 35. Craig saw it. I kind of saw it. I was talking. I was getting ready. My brother sat there and counted 35 just, before game shooting. So if you go 0 of 8 for 3 against Indiana, you're not going to come back against Illinois and struggle. He's going to have a big night. That's why I think he's a key player for Iowa, because if he gets going early and often, now it's like, oh, my goodness. Okay, now you're locked in on Bohannon. Now Wieskamp can get loose. Now Garza's going to get loose. I mean, you don't want him to go to 40. He's going to get 25 or 30. He's probably, you probably just write that down. But if he goes for 40, he's getting into your depth. He's getting your front line in foul trouble. He's just dominant. So this is why Iowa's so good. Wait a minute. I can't stand Garza, but my man got game. Oh, okay. So he's just saying he in terms of what Garza does to your team, I get you, because if you don't like Garza, I don't know what game you're watching. If this was a normal season, how many Big Ten teams are tournament caliber? That's a good question, because Michigan State would look a lot different because they've been devastated with COVID protocols. I don't know if you saw last night, Rutgers blew the doors off Michigan State, and it's just because they're coming off of quarantine and you can't practice. They have no rhythm. So I think Michigan State would be in that conversation as well. And so you'd probably be seeing at least 8 to 9 teams, I think that would be tournament worthy. Dawn is 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Michael Waldboozer. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Do you expect Iowa to zone us a lot? And what he means us is the Illini. Would you have someone else switch on Luka when he steps outside and let Kofi stay near the basket? Let me answer the second question first. It's very difficult if you're Kofi Cockburn and Garza runs into the paint and then you're guarding Garza and he starts to float back on the perimeter. It's next to impossible to try to switch that without giving up a layup or an open jump shot on some other side. Kofi's just got to defend. That's it. And if Garza gets the ball on the perimeter, Kofi get in the stance, and when Garza goes to shoot, just put your hand up. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And so I don't know that you can switch like that, because if you do, Iowa's too good. They'll pick you apart. Iowa uses zone as part of their defense. They match up zone. They man-to-man. They three-quarter court pressure sometimes back into a zone. They'll three-quarter court pressure back into man-to-man. They just try to keep their opponent off balance. So, but thank you for that, Michael. Good to see you on here, man. Bring on Bruce Pearl, says Illini Mike. That's funny. I think Georgia will have to play some big minutes. Raymond, I wouldn't be surprised, because Garza just puts too much pressure on his opposing team. He's smart, man. I'm telling you, the dude is smart. He just knows how to freaking play. Which Illinois team will show up today? They look great or terrible at times. Visitor, I think you pronounced that. They'll be fine, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you need to be concerned about the Illini and the slow start. They know what this game is. They've been itching to play. Players want to play games. They don't want to practice for 10 days. They'll be ready to play. Is C.J. Frederick clear to play tonight? Marshall King. I'm not sure. I think that's a game time decision. I'll know when I get to the gym. And I may go on the Bardo's breakdown and give a little update to my group, the tribe. I'll do that. Won't do that on this platform. I'll do that on the tribe so that my group can know before the game starts. But I don't know. It's a game time decision. And so I don't know that right now. Michael Walton. Man, I appreciate you doing this. Always excited whenever the Illini play the Hawkeyes. Thanks, Bruce Pearl. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to get you guys, I'm trying to whet your appetite a little bit more than maybe you were, because I've been in 8 of these battles. And you know what? I was 3-5 against the Hawkeyes. They got the better of me. I never won in Carver Hawkeye. And they won here in Assembly Hall. We were up 61-39 in the second half. And Roy Marble, Jeff Moe, B.J. Armstrong, Ed Horton, Les Jepson, man, Dr. Tom Davis, and that press, they end up coming back, forcing overtime, beating us 88-82. It was a hell of a game. Even though we ended up on the wrong side of the score, that's just one of the 8 games that I played against the Hawkeyes. They were all in the game. They always had supreme talent, and Fran McCaffrey's done a masterful job of building up the Iowa program to be one of the best in the country. Oh, come on, King Tao. Relax, man. Relax. Anybody that hates on LeVar Ball, you don't know the whole story. So relax on that. Let's see. Kofi has to attack Garza. That would help in controlling. Yeah, he will. Kofi will be fine. And if he's not, then George Bashanis-Billy comes in. But, you know, I know the Illini fans get really concerned with Kofi Cockburn and his fouls and whatnot. He's a baller. He's averaging a double-double. He'll be fine. Coach Chin is more than ready, and so are the Illini. Yeah, Coach Chin and the Iowa coaching staff they exchanged some pleasantries last year. So it's all good, man. They're focused on the game. They're not tripping. That's why this rivalry is so good, because the coaches are classy. They're not going to allow that stuff to boil over. The players are classy. They're not going to be cheap shots. They'll be chirping, but there won't be cheap shots. Just hard-nosed Big Ten basketball. Oh, my goodness. Can Iowa get it done in the Big Ten tourney this year? Iowa could get it done Iowa could cut down the nets in the NCAA championship. That's how good they are. Illinois has a chance to cut down the nets in the NCAA championship. That's why this game is so exciting, ladies and gentlemen. These are two Final Four teams, right? These are two of the best teams in college basketball. It's a rivalry. It's Big Ten basketball. We got 3 All-Americans on the floor, right? We got 3 of them. Wow. Let me hang this up. Oh, I got to hang that up. They don't know I'm on the air. So you got Luka Garza, National Player of the Year, and I don't see anybody beating him out. Maybe Jared Butler would from Baylor may have something to say about it, but Luka Garza, National Player of the Year. Iowa Dosunmu, All-American. Kofi Cockburn, All-American. Where are you going to see 3 All-Americans on the same floor in a rivalry game in the Big Ten? You're not going to see that anywhere else in the country. So that's why it's so exciting. So, yes, Iowa has a chance to win the Big Ten tournament. They have a chance to win the NCAA tournament. That's how good they are. I don't like Iowa any better than I did when that reprehensible Bruce Pearl was there. Go Illini. Bruce Pearl, ladies and gentlemen, walked up and apologized to Jimmy Collins years ago at the Final Four in New Orleans. Deion Thomas, Ryan Baker, and myself were there with Jimmy Collins in an outdoor bar, and Bruce Pearl walked past us, said hello, and then came back, and he and Jimmy Collins talked, and he apologized. So if Bruce Pearl can bury the hatchet, Illini fans, please bury the hatchet. Please bury the hatchet. We don't need to dog Bruce Pearl out. He's gone on to do his thing, and Illinois is we're better as a result of the experience. So let it go. Okay. Ace Wolf will be the key for the Illini. Okay. He likes Adam Miller being a key tonight for the Illini. Michael Payne. I don't root, guys. I don't root when I go on the air. You know why? Because I root for my damn paychecks. I like my money. I like my money being over a homer. I don't root when I go to the game. That's why Illinois fans, sometimes they don't like when I call the games, because I call like I see it. And if Illinois is playing poorly, I say it. If Illinois is playing well, I say it. If Iowa's playing poorly, I point it out. If I was balling, I'll be as excited when Iowa goes on a run as I will Illinois. Because you know what? I like greenbacks, not the Michigan State greenbacks. Greenbacks. I like dead presidents. That's who I root for. So give me more dead presidents. So Michael, no, I'm not rooting for Iowa or Illinois. I'm rooting for a great game, because then that makes my job easier and I can convey the excitement that's going on. I ain't rooting for neither team. Fox Sports 1 on. Okay, thank you, Raymond, for that. Okay, they said Frederick out just announced. Okay, that's news to me there. Thank you. Jill Brown Smith. Hey, Jill, how you doing? That darn BJ Armstrong. Yeah, but BJ's my man. Love BJ Armstrong. He's a good friend of mine. I always love that dude. Not on the air, in the heart. Well, I mean, after the game, I want the Illinois to do well, but not during the game. I mean, you know, it's I just want to see a great game, seriously, because look, we don't have fans in the stands, so you don't get the same excitement watching on the air. So if it's a great game, I'm going to try to pass on that level of excitement for you all, so that even though you're sitting at home, you can feel a part of being there, right? So, you know, we'll make it happen. Michael Payne is like my brother. He's up here giving me a hard time. Y'all see how my family does me? He ain't right. DeMonte Williams over and under from 3-point arc is 3. Hits 3 or more, Illinois will run away. Is Grandison starting or Williams back in the lineup? We won't know, Joe. I won't know until I get over there. But DeMonte Williams hitting 3 or more, that would be a boost for the Illini. Bardo's breakdown therapy session. I like when you call it, because you talk straight. We can handle it. Okay, thank you, Jill Brown Smith. I appreciate that. Will the large break between games hurt or help the Illini tonight? Brittany Call, good question. I think they'll be fine, Brittany. I think it'll help. Anytime you can get a team to get an extended period without a game, you can work on some things. You could implement some new things that other Big Ten teams haven't seen. And so you may see a few new wrinkles by the Illini. You may see a few new wrinkles by the Iowa Hawkeyes. They may put in different plays because they've had a lot of time between games. And so I think both teams would be fine. If it was a situation where they were playing someone else, they might come out a little rusty or sluggish or whatever, but I think they understand what's at stake. Both these teams can't wait to get on the court, and I can't wait to get on the air. Iowa versus Illinois, fam, it's deep. No doubt, no doubt. Michael Payne, keeping it real. I wish I could be there live in person maybe next year. Yeah, Shannon, I'm with you on that, my man. Keegan Murray, Iowa's X Factor. He's definitely one of them. Keegan Murray is coming, y'all. He is, I really like him. Every time I see him play, and, you know, he's deferring a lot as he should because he's got really talented upperclassmen. But that dude right there, Keegan Murray and Jonathan Davis from Wisconsin, those two guys could end up being two of the better players in the Big Ten Conference. Seriously. I think both of those players have that much upside. All right. So you always make the game exciting. What's the over and under on saying grown man strength with Kofi and Luka? How many times you guys want me to say grown man strength? Because I'm gonna say scrimp tonight. It's different. It ain't strength. It's scrimp. We got two grown men on the floor tonight. So let's say 2. How about that? Over and under is 2. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to be a part of the Bardo's Breakdown tribe to get the insider scoop, you can text me at 312-847-2739. That's 312-847-2739. Or you can join me at Bardo's Breakdown on Facebook. Let's see. Wait a minute. Get you a shot of Crown or Goose before the game to be really nice tonight, said Joe. Boy, I wish I could. Because, boy, if I could get Red Stripe, if I could drink some Red Stripes and feel good, oh, man, come on, dude. I'd be dropping science. They need a stop button because I might, unpleasant word or two might slip out that get us fined by the FCC. But no, it's all good. All right, y'all. If you want to join, though, like I said, you want to join Bardo's Breakdown, there it is, 312-847-2739. I'll go over to the State Farm Center. I'm going to give some quick updates, and we'll go from there. You guys have a great night. Please enjoy the game as much as I'm going to. Love you, and have a great weekend. Peace, y'all.